Probably. It's working. It's on. There we go.
No, I got air conditioning. Hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? We do have air conditioning.
It's still morning. So good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thank you for your presence here at Rocky Day. As I said at the park, it's really been a real fight to do all of this. And so someone told me that they were not notified, but we did our best to notify everybody, whether it's through Facebook, whether it's through email, or whether we designated somebody to call. So some people said they were not called, but we designated everybody to call. So what we're going to do is move forward with the presentation. We have Patricia Elliott for the reading of the proclamation and libation, and I think we're going to have to get her out of her office to do that.
Go ahead.
So,
I'll read proclamation.
okay, just a minute.
So everybody here know who Brother Rocky Green is?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Everybody here know who Brother Rocky Green is?
I forgot already?
All right, you know what I'm saying? Well, let's say Ashe, if you know who Brother Rocky Green is.
Ashe.
You know what? I could do this, right? But one of the people who do the best job of really talking to us about the significance of Rocky Green, I think she has something to do with why this building is named Rocky Green. It's a senior vice president for the Community Action Organization. Let me bring forth Ms. Catherine Roberts and let her do our proclamation and dedication to Brother Rocky Green.
Thank you and welcome to the Maston Resource Center, better known as the Alfonso Rocky Green Maston Resource Center.
Ashe.
City of Buffalo Common Council. On Tuesday, December 11, 2012, the following proclamation was adopted, sponsored by Majority Leader and Maston District Council Member Damone A. Smith. Whereas Mr. Alfonso Rocky Green Jr. was born in Anniston, Alabama on May 31st, 1943, to the late Alfonso Sr. and Lily Mae Green. Mr. Green touched so many lives with love, respect, dignity, and compassion. He transitioned into eternity on September 12, 2012 at the age of 69. And whereas Mr. Green served his country honorably in the United States Army, and upon his discharge, he began 30 years of community service with various local organizations. Some of the organizations he worked with include the Juneteenth Festival of Buffalo, Million Man March, Buffalo Organizing Committee, the Buffalo Local Action Committee, Black Leadership Advisory Commission on AIDS, as well as many others. And whereas in 2003, Mr. Green joined the Community Action Organization of Erie County as its media director. He served as the resident photographer, videographer, and radio and cable television producer for its 5 weekly public affairs shows. His service and unwavering commitment was truly one of a kind. And whereas Mr. Green was a devoted Christian and member of True Bethel Baptist Church. He was very civic-minded, advocating on behalf of the disenfranchised and actively joining community efforts to stop violence, improve housing, expand employment, and develop the community. He also took great pride in mentoring young men and was known for his selfless acts of kindness, and tireless work ethic. Whereas on Thursday, December 20th, 2012, the Community Action Organization will be rededicating the Maston Resource Center in honor of the life and legacy of Mr. Alfonso Rothy Green Jr. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Buffalo, New York Common Council pauses in its deliberations to honor the memory of the late Mr. Alfonso Rothy Green Jr., a distinguished and loyal citizen, and acknowledges him for his contributions to his community and the City of Buffalo.
So it's our intention every year to celebrate the life of Rothy Green by celebrating the life of people who are continuing in his legacy. And so we're honored today because we get to celebrate with so many people who have made a contribution to our community to make it better in every possible way. And so we can have enough room for everybody to be seated. If you're somebody that's getting an award, come up here and sit in these front rows so that people that's sitting out on the back, y'all can come into the audience. So if you get an award, let's come up and sit in the front row. Here we go. And then people that's sitting over there on the side, y'all can come sit into the audience. Here we go. So we're going to give everybody who's getting an award a chance. We're going to talk a little bit about you. Ted kind of put us on Front Street earlier. Talk about like we was going to tell people why we gave people an award. All right, I got you. So we do got a reason, you know what I'm saying, and a process, you know what I'm saying. So we're going to get to that in 1 minute. But one of the things that we want to do is make sure that and keep the legacy alive, that we honor people who really have made a difference in our community. And so we give out also an annual Rothy Day Award, a Living Legacy Award. I'm going to ask the Senior Vice President to come up with me one more time as we give out this award, because this award is truly deserved. And in terms of, we know Rothy, we call him the hardest working man. We say Buffalo, but he's probably the hardest working man we know anywhere. But if there's a counterpart in terms of his responsibility in media, in terms of like that work is hard, I'm going to let our Senior Vice President announce our awardee for the Rothy Green Day Award and say what she wants to say about her as she brings her up, because she probably knows her best of all of us. So I'll bring forth Captain Roberts, and she'll announce our award winner for Rothy Day 2018.
I'll keep my comments brief. This woman means the world to me. When I came to CAO 12 years ago, she took me under her wing. She gave me the history about the agency, so I knew what my purpose was, and I knew who was there before me, who opened those doors and gave me that opportunity to do what I love, which is to serve the community. She is a constant reminder. She's a constant reminder that we all need to do the work, that we're in this together. She constantly reminds us that it's not a job, but it's about serving your community. It is not just a job to work at CAO. We are all walking in our purpose. We refer to this lovely woman, our elder, as Mama V, but her name is Yvonne Marie Hairston, and she has been with the agency as long as I've been alive. So I am proud to present the Legacy of Alfonso Rothy Green Award to this year's recipient, Yvonne Marie Hairston.
They snatched the program out of my hand. me pull this off. I'm sitting here trying to figure out who they talking about. Come on. Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate. I do. I come to work every day wondering, okay, what's next? What's up? Let's go. And every day they try to push me back. Oh, just take it easy. I ain't taking it easy. This guy and I used to fight every day. Every day, Rafi has something divine. And I'm like, no, you have to just, this is how we do it, Rafi. And he would go off and walk away and then come back and say, now how are we going to do this? I appreciate you. I really, really do. I give this guy a headache. And Patricia, I'm coming to get you. Because this is truly who I am. Mr. Kirkland, 1346, 1396 Jefferson Avenue, the African American Police Association, the block clubs, all of that is what I've done and continue to do as much as I can. I appreciate this day. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. You made me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you.
Beautiful. God bless you. Yes.
And so we gave out we hung the banner that we hung today, the one that we unveiled. In your program, you're gonna see the pole where everybody's banner is hung. And after we leave here today, we'll be able to go see they're hanging them right now. And so after we leave here, you'll be able to go right to your pole. Pram is printing out a map so you'll know where the pole is at. All right. So everybody will be able to go see their pole. But the one that we did unveil today is also a person who, so often we talk about people a lot when they're no longer here. And we talk about how much we appreciate them and how much of a difference they made in our life. And unfortunately, as good as that is, they can't hear that. And they can't know that. I've been knowing this brother since, I came back, when I was in the military, I came back to Buffalo in 1990, and I met this brother back then, and he has made the difference in my life. When I say, most people know that my elder is Brother Iman. Brother Iman, I spent 20 years every day walking around this community with, but even before I met Brother Iman, the brother who in the basement of ECC, Erie Community College, pulled me aside and, literally set me on a path. And not just set me on a path, would take unconditional and untimed time with me. Would pick me up on Sunday mornings when we go bowling at the bowling alley, would sit in front of the house and just talk with me for hours and hours. There were points in life where you get ready to make a left turn or right turn. He never told me don't do that. He just kind of made it clear that, think about that before you do that. Think about that. I cannot tell you the difference it has made in my life and in my family's life, and most importantly. I've worked pretty much, we was at the ECC together, we was at Erie County together, we was at Berkshire Farm together, now we're here at CSUN. So wherever he was at, I followed, you understand? You follow a good leader wherever you go, you understand? So I've been with this brother since I met him. I'm honored to bring forth again the Senior Vice President. She'll say a few words, and then we're gonna give our next award out to Mr. L.A. Care. So I'll let the Senior Vice President come and say, she's gonna say, and then we'll do that.
Sam, I share the same sentiments. Mr. Hare has been in my life since I was 21. Since I was 21. And he was always there. He was always the one that I would call when I couldn't figure it out. Whatever it was, I would always call him and he would have an answer for me. He too is someone who I wanted to follow because he inspired me so. And when it was my time, I felt like was stepping out to leave radio, I only wanted to work for this man.
Wow, wow.
I didn't have any other choices. I wanted to work for L. Nathan Hare. Since being at the CAO, every day is a history lesson. Every day you learn something new. He shares his knowledge. He shares stories about this city, about this nation, this world that I wouldn't have ever received had it not been for him being in my life, in my presence. He takes the time. I've seen him work with our youth. I've seen him speak to our team and empower and encourage them every single day. And I say to myself, that's what it's all about. You want to talk about mentorship, if you want to open the dictionary, it's the face of this man.
Okay.
He did it for me. And he gave me an opportunity 10 years ago. I've been in this position for 10 years. And before I open my eyes, I thank God for having him in my life. Because he gave me an opportunity that no one else would have given me at that time. And we have grown within this agency, from departments, programs, and services. And just when you think you can't do anymore, Mr. Hare says, we got another program, we got another grant. And just as he has always been in my life, and I've always stood for him, and I'm always going to protect him, I'm always going to be by his side. If he's over a cliff, I'm over a cliff. That's how I feel about him. That's how our staff, our team, our CAO family feels about him. And I'm so honored today to be able to present this award to him. So, on behalf of Community Action Organization and the Maston Resource Center, I proudly present the Living Legacy Award to my mentor, L. Nathan Hare.
It's really heavy. It's a true award.
Wow.
Yes, you better read that.
It says CAO, Community Action Organization 2018 Living Legacy Award, Mr. L. Nathan Hare. If we stand tall, it is because we stand on the backs of those who came before us.
See?
Thank you for living out the legacy our ancestors began.
That's
right.
Yes.
Sound just as clear as you do on the radio.
No, she's a ventriloquist. That was.
You gonna say what?
Oh, I gotta say a couple of words. All right, please don't break my my board. You know too many of those. You know, Nzinga Watashiba Ulu used to say, if I had 1,000 tongues, I could not express the love and the emotion that I feel at this moment. And what she meant by that, there are some things that occur in your life that mark you, that place something in you that you remember, that characterizes your life forever. And when people acknowledge you in this way, not when you're dead, but when you're still here, that does something for you as a human being. I teach all the time. You know, we saw this movie Amistad, remember, and the fellow says to this white lawyer who was trying to get him to admit that he was a cow or a piece of property because cows and property have rights. You didn't know that, did you? Yeah, see, property has rights, and human beings have rights. But if you're not a human being or property, you have no rights. So Dred Scott came to Judge Robert B. Taney's court and said, I'm free. I live in a free state. I don't want to go back to the slave state. I'm free. And Judge Roger B. Taney said, I don't even know what you are. Nothing. You're not a man because our Constitution says you're not a man. If you claim that you're not property, if you're not a man nor property, there's no reason for you to be standing in front of me. And he threw his suit out just for that reason. Okay. Why is all of that important? It's important because we have to be the ones who steward our own lives. We have to be the ones that take custody of our future. We can't leave this up to somebody to do for us because somebody did things to us. Feel what I'm saying to you. If you hurt me, and I feel terrible because you hurt me, is my solution to go back to you and say, man, you hurt me, fix me. And I used to tell Sam all the time, thieves almost never return the things that they steal.
Come on.
Because if you return it, you're not a thief, right? You're just an extended borrower. So we have to have it in our heads, in our spirit, that it is on us to take care of us. Whatever you can get back from the people that did bad things to you, take it as extra grace. Well, I got that. But you can't be waiting on that. What you can count on is that you will get up every day, every morning, you will put one foot in front of the other, moving towards the mark.
Yeah.
And if you can't make yourself do that, you are condemning yourself to death. How do we help ourselves do it? My science is simple. I go to the people that lived before me, who learned how to get to their age, that I'm trying to get to already. Playboy, what did you do? Help me. Do I do this? Do I do that? And I follow the path that is in front of me. While I follow the path, I study. I try to figure out are there better ways to do what he was doing, or that she was doing. Then I add that to my science. But my core process is to arise every morning and put one foot in front of the other and keep going until I get it done. If we do this with each other, we rely on one another. It doesn't matter who else you can rely on. You have to be able to rely on you. And if you do that, you can make this world work for you. I thank you all.
You did such a good job with your introduction to Ted at the press conference. I'm gonna let you, that means I know you know a little bit of something about everybody that we get ready to talk about. So I'm gonna let you join me with this too. I know her as the owner of WUFO. And you know, as far as I knew, she always owned WUFO. If she did, she act like she did. She really has always been the face of WUFO since I've been in Buffalo, and she has a wonderful story. You want to share anything about Miss Sheila Brown that I might not know? Because clearly you know some other stuff.
Well, I just want you to know that Sheila is one of those women that has this zeal, and she has a focus and a goal that she's chasing. And if you talk to her over the course of the past 35 or 40 years, she was only 6 years old. Right. If you talk to her over the course of that time period, you will know that she's had these goals in her head, articulate in her head all that time. She knew where she was trying to go and how she was going to get there. And she just kept at it, and she kept at it, and she kept at it, and she didn't let anything distract her. She didn't let any obstacles be too big that she couldn't get over those obstacles. And she just shaped her life around what she was going to do. And she became who she intended to become. We love you, Sheila.
No, for poll number 87. When you leave here, go to poll number 87, Miss Sheila Brown. Come on, Miss Sheila Brown.
Excuse me, actually, it's poll number 8. It's poll number 8. Sheila Brown, poll number 8.
Poll number 8.
Poll number
Don't go to poll 87, go to poll number 8. You'll see a picture.
Well, you know, Mr. here, he kind of summed it all up. You know, when I started at WFO, I was 21 years old. And I stand here today as a 54-year-old. And at 21 years old, when I started at WFO was already 26 years old. So the station already had history on it. You know, I was working at the American Red Cross, and we were doing a blood drive. And you know how you do live remotes and everything. So Jesse Key was like, wow, you're zero, you need to work at the radio station. I was like, oh no, I got 401k, I got medical, I had stopped this for a commission only position. And I did. And I say to the young folks, sometimes you never know what God has to do.
Amen.
Right?
Say it.
Because if I wouldn't have been obedient and took that position as a commission only salesperson, my rise and my journey that I had through the radio station wouldn't be here
My
today.
God.
Because I tell you, it's been such a journey. In 1998, I left WFO. But when I left, I said, don't worry, baby, I'm coming back to Bible.
That's right.
I meant that.
That's right.
Because they're sending these guys from Pittsburgh, and their way of treating women was not what I was used to. And I said, you know, my climb of my rise is over. So I left, I went into radio, I had a chance to work with Miss Kathy Roberts at BLK for a while, I went to Channel 4, I went to KISS, and at Channel 4 is when it really got cloudy for me. Because I always had a dream that was bigger than just doing a 30 and 60-second commercial. So I went to running Tom Joyner, right? And at that time, Tom Joyner was on WBLK in the morning. And, you know, the lady got wind of it, she called, she was like, wait a minute, your girl trying to bring in time, and we got time, and it just was cloudy. And God said, open up your own ad agency. And I opened up my own ad agency. And where's Tom Joyner at? Right now. Right? He is on the morning show of WUFO. So no matter what your journey is that you are into right now, whatever it looks like, if it looks cloudy down, just stay focused. If you have depth, if I stand here, both of my parents are deceased, and I wish they were in audience right now to be able to see what's going on. Me and Ms. Habib went through a training, which I call my university, which was ACN. I don't know how many people out here went through tag team marketing with us, but it was simply this. We talk to you about positive affirmation. No matter what it looks like, positive affirmation is the way. So wherever that negative is, change it to a positive. And to CAO, I say thank you for allowing me to be a Living Legacy Award recipient today. I just came out of LA in the radio industry. We just got a Living Legacy Award in LA through the whole radio industry. So to come back home in your town, you were born and raised in the girl. It's just amazing. So I said thank you.
God bless you, baby.
One more round of applause.
Yes,
for Jill Brown.
yes.
The next is that we're gonna bring forth. I met her. Actually, I first met her husband many years ago. I was in his store right up the street here, Habib Body Oil. And I had no idea. I knew he was a powerhouse. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea that his wife was also a powerhouse. And their children, you know what I'm saying? It just keeps going in that family, you know what I'm saying? I cannot tell you how honored I am to be able to honor this educator. Not just the educator in the school, but an educator in this community. She has been a difference maker. You know, you judge the tree by the fruit that it bears. You know, and look at the fruit that came from this tree all the way around, and it continues to come from this tree. We are honored to be able to have as a Living Legacy recipient who will be at poll number, do I got the right poll? Is the poll correct on this one, Pam? Before I say on the record what the poll is? All right, so Ms. Donna Habib will be at poll number 29. All right? Poll number 29.
It is truly just a blessing to be here, to be included with such people. You know what? Inspiration. Feeling bad. So many bad. Women and men here today. And what our family has attempted to do in many years to lay a foundation in the community, where drugs and, we had our issues. But the idea of accentuating the positive, the idea of reaching a hand out to help somebody up, it is a positive thing. And we have started strong to do that to our family. And I don't know, I feel so overwhelmed. I really do. And although I like to run my mouth and I like to rock the mic, I thank God for the opportunity of my grandkids in the house. I mean, Allah has blessed us. God has blessed us, 6 children, 22 plus grand. Be able to stand here, and I got daughter-in-laws and son-in-laws and all of that too. So it's a great mantle that we have to hold, and I just thank God for each and every one of you, because we indeed share this community's growth, and we share the positivity as we look into the future. Oh, I got a great grandbaby here. God bless you. Thank you so much. And really, I don't want to sit next to you when you start talking.
Well, the trouble been started. Because I was screaming and hollering at a board education meeting maybe about 10, 15 years ago, and a brother came and tapped me, and he said, "Young man, do you want to be loud or do you want to be effective?"
Come on.
He said, "Because all that loud talking, that come to an end." He said, "There's some other things you got to do besides talking loud." And you know, one of the, you know, I get a chance to really travel this country talking about the effectiveness of what our parent engagement work has been able to do here in Buffalo. I was just in Hartford talking to superintendents all across that state, and when I told them what we were able to do as parents, that we were able to get 2,110 parents to sign up to transfer their kids to schools in good standing. They didn't have no idea about, they didn't see that as being a realistic thing. I remember when we first started that conversation, everybody said,